Hey friends, it's Emily from Burlap Kitchen, and today we are going to make something really cute. I'm using those slats again. I don't know if they're slats or shims. I think maybe they are shims, but I measured them and they're about 14 3/8 inches long, if that helps you. So they come at the hardware store and they come like in a roll. The first thing I'm going to do is line a couple of them up, and then I'm going to cut two pieces down to glue together so they all stay together. So I'm just cutting those or gluing those shorter pieces on so everything stays together. Next, I'm going to come in with some Waverly Antique Wax and a baby wipe, and I'm just going to apply that to the front and the back of this project. Originally, I was going to make this side the front, but then I decided that I wanted the front side to be the side with the two shorter pieces. I just thought it added a little extra character to this project. So again, I'm just using a baby wipe here, and you can see I'm just applying that. I'm using the Waverly Antique Wax. I get a lot of questions on where you can find that. I get it at Walmart, and it is found with the craft stuff. It's not over with like the regular house paint. It's in with the craft paints. So once we get that on, and I'm going to make sure it's nice and dry, then I'm coming in with some navy blue and a chip brush, and I'm just going to apply that randomly on the project here. And I also get a lot of questions about the chip brushes. So it's just like a cheap paintbrush. You can find them just about anywhere. I actually even think I've saw them at Dollar General before. So you can find them at Walmart, at Lowe's, any home improvement store would probably have them. So I just kind of offload, just dry brush it, just dip some paint on, offload it, and then brush over it. Make sure it is dry. Now I'm going to use some stars from our star pack. If you're interested in that, just comment crafty and that information will be sent directly to you. So I'm going to go ahead and paint those. Now, if you are watching on YouTube, you will have to look in the comments for the information rather than commenting crafty. So now I am going to move over to the USA, and I'm going to paint that with the color Tuscan red. And of course I painted the stars white. And now I'm just going to start to lay everything out how I want it to look. I did find an extra star that I dropped on the floor, so I'm going to add that then too. And then I just sanded the USA and went over it with some Dixie Belle Antique Wax just to give it that rustic look. And I'm just using my little blending tool. Now I'm going to paint that little star that I found on the floor, and I'm just using that same vintage white color. And then of course I'm going to go ahead and scuff these up too to give them that rustic look. And these little sanding blocks, you can find those at Walmart or Lowe's. Just about any home improvement store would have those as well. And now I'm just going to lay everything out and start to hot glue it in place. I like to lay it all out before I start to glue it in place. That way I know what it's going to look like. And then we're going to glue the USA in place. Now I'm taking a thick piece of rope. This came from Dollar Tree, I believe. And I am going to kind of burn the edges just to make it look like a firecracker. And I'm just using a lighter here. I do recommend doing this over the sink. I had a thing of water sitting beside me, so I was very careful. Make sure you're very careful too if you choose to do it this way, but I just wanted to give it that burnt look. And then I'm going to trim it down and then kind of fray the bottom piece here. That way it glues flatter. And then once I glue that in place, I'm going to take some raffia and just make a simple bow and just glue that over top the sort of messy part of the wick there. Now I'm going to trim up my raffia, and this project turned out so cute. Let me know what you think and if you plan to give this one a try.